speechless. I'm speechless at this. I don't even
It's
know
the
what else
biggest
to
thing
say.
that happened in pop culture in like months. I mean, I feel like people didn't even care that Taylor Swift broke up with, I don't know, her longtime boyfriend or fiance or whatever it was. I mean, for whatever reason, like we've talked about, you can't really put your finger on it. I think it's just a combination of so many things, but this is like just taken on a huge life of its own. It's a huge pop culture thing. And yeah, none of those people would be there without it. I think LVP is loving every second. She might as well. She should. I stand by it because I'm watching this season of Vanderpump Rules. There is
Uh-oh.
no way the latest episode is the only episode that is interesting because Katie, calls out Tom for being at a nightclub with Raquel, and Sheena's like, "Oh, I would let Raquel sleep in the same bed as my fiance." And, they're teasing this next episode where Raquel spends the night at Sandoval's house and, Ken is reacting or whatever. But I stand by this show would 1000% be canceled if it wasn't for this. We are now watching for all the little Easter eggs of their affair. But besides this, there is absolutely, aside from Sheena getting married, there is nothing going on. Nothing. No one would care.
I agree. Listen, this season is without this, it's still better than it's been the past 2 years. But I agree with you, and they all know it. Listen,
but do you think for a second, do you think that show would be getting any ratings if it wasn't for Scandoval? Do you think really?
I mean, listen, we still have Summer House on the air chugging along.
I don't
we
know
still
how.
still have Southern Charm. There are shows on Bravo which exist without the blockbuster ratings. We have a Summer House spinoff now, Martha's Vineyard. Shaw's was great, but it wasn't so highly rated in the end. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if they would have canceled it just yet, but I agree with what you're saying. I do agree. I mean, here's the thing. Now, I have a couple of guests coming up that drop some bombs, but how do producers, I mean, Melissa Rivers, when I was on her podcast, Melissa and I are doing a monthly crossover, by the way. Don't worry, Sarah Fraser, you're not being replaced. You're bi-weekly, she's monthly. That's a whole nother announcement that needs to come. But the point is, she's a producer, and she's like, how do producers, when Ken comes in, I mean, especially if you're telling me this wasn't re-edited, how do no one know? Because I have people that say producers knew about Scandoval. I don't know if that's really true, but how could they not have known? The girl is coming in hungover, bags under her eyes, to Lisa Vanderpump, and now Lisa's on the phone with Sandoval, and she's like, did she sleep there or not? Like, you're not answering the question. What is the answer? Because basically Raquel's already told me she fucking slept there, and Tom's basically saying she didn't sleep there. Then he's realizing, and then Ken is, I mean, this is crazy.
Ken.
You mean to tell me nobody put this together? Really? I don't get it. I don't get it, Sarah.
No, I think they did. I totally think they did. I mean, and to go back to your point about, does anyone have any empathy for Ariana? I mean, I do, but also I think, for whatever, I don't know Tom Sandoval, obviously in real life. I don't even really know him well from the show because I'm a new fan. But that Howie Mandel interview.
I'm going to take back what I said. He's cool.
Oh, wow. Okay. We've changed our stance. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just trying not to hate on people today. Go on. Although I guess I just hated on Ariana. Go on.
Well, I know I feel for her, but I mean, I just think that, like, the point that I did believe about Sandoval's interview with Howie Mandel is I think there's lots of signs, right? Like, for all of us, I don't know if you guys listening have cheated on people. I certainly have, or I've been cheated on. There's always something going on in the relationship 9 times out of 10. Of course, there's an exception to every rule. But I think what I got from that Howie interview is, for a long time, look, if you're in couples therapy, that says something, I mean, and not everybody should go to therapy, but I'm saying, they were in therapy trying to even just communicate. I mean, if you're in therapy to basic communicate, she knew, whether she wanted to face it or not, that there was something really wrong in the relationship. And he says, I don't believe him totally, but, he was trying to reach out. My bottom line is, probably for about a year prior to this, it was a sinking ship. And now looking back, she probably really sees the signs, whether she did. So, I mean, I agree with you. I think there's way more catastrophic things that happen to people every single day than this. Every single day, people are getting cheated on. And I always, look, I mean, God, there's no mistakes, I mean, God's rejection is your protection. Look at her. She's thriving. She never would be in a Lifetime movie. She would never be at the White House.
The
She'd never
White
be being
House,
considered.
Sarah. The White House.
She'd never
The
be
White
being
House.
considered for Dancing with the Stars without this. So no, I mean, I feel for her as a human. I'm sure it sucks. It's like public embarrassment, but I mean, she made out the best. I mean, like public embarrassment was like Monica Lewinsky back in the day. This is like you're being,
Right.
you were cheated on and you've got an amazing career from it.
Right. I feel bad for Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah,
I'm
like that I
sorry.
feel bad for. Like
I
she
can't.
was,
And
yeah, it
by
was
the way,
awful.
that American crime story, the clip. Oh, that was so beautiful. That was so brilliant. The Ryan Murphy American Crime, the OJ, the Clintons. It's all just so good, guys. It's so good.
Did he do one on the Clintons?
Yes.
I didn't.
Oh my
Oh,
God, Sarah Paulson. Ah, brilliant.
I gotta go. Okay.
And now, and listen, I don't believe in the piling on of Raquel. I really don't. I'm still confused. It's like you're either maniacal and just dead and just deadpan. But I mean, apparently she's in a mental hospital. Now, Peter, our good friend Peter, says that's not true. She's at a spa. Tom Sandoval is yelling at the TMZ saying, I mean, has anyone heard from Raquel? I mean, I believe she probably is. I mean, Tom Sandoval just did that thing where he's walking and TMZ stopped him. He's like, she's in a mental hospital and no visitors,
Can't see
no
friends.
phones.
Can't see,
Look,
right.
I mean, we don't know what's true, but Raquel is not going to be invited to the White House. It's not, I mean, she is the Scarlet Letter. So, I mean, I just don't believe in piling on. I mean, will they last? I mean, everyone's saying James is the number one guy in the group. Not to say I told you so. I've been a huge James Kennedy. James Kennedy is fucking hilarious. He was great on Watch What Happens. I don't know. So, but this whole White House thing really I mean, Lala's there. I guess what, at the last minute, they said, hey, Ariana, Lisa's not your plus one.
Bring a
Bring a
friend.
plus one. She looked great in Zach Posen. I mean, it's just, I still like and what is the professor doing there? I mean, I know she's a political commentator. I guess that's why she lives in there. What is the professor? Your good
She's
friend.
like in the Beltway, anybody in the news, like all my friends have, I still contribute at Fox 5 DC from LA. Like I do a news show with them every week. All of my Fox 5 friends, I mean, it's a journalist party. They call it the nerd party. I mean, it's or the nerd prom. It's all the journalists in and out of the Beltway. Well, she's, been
She's
a long
in the
time
Beltway.
professor and then also, news contributor. So if you're associated with a news outlet, you basically can go. They can buy a table, you can buy a ticket, you get invited
We
from
didn't
your
get
other news
invited.
friends. So,
Darling, I am a
well,
Wall Street Journal subject and I am a